Welcome students. This is our chapter 2, that is motions of earth. Now, learning easy for the future generation of students. Firstly, we are going to see the term rotation. What is mean by rotation? So now here is an activity. You have to try this. Okay, take a top, spin it and observe its movement. The top turns around itself. Any object that turns about itself actually turns around a certain imaginary line. You can see the imaginary line here, dotted line. That line is not actually present there, but that is an imaginary line. We just have to imagine a line. Along that line, only the top is spinning. You can see the line. We are going to just perform an activity to learn about this imaginary line. So now stand like this in the picture and move around yourself. Just take around yourself and you will see that you are not just you are just rotating along the one line. So this is called as rotation. The turning of an object around itself is called as rotation, and the imaginary line around which it rotates is called its axis of rotation. Means the imaginary line is axis of rotation. So do you understand that turning of an object is called as rotation? Turning of an object is called as rotation, and around the line which the object is rotating, it's called as axis of rotation. So do you understand the axis of rotation? This is the term important for us, axis of rotation. Now see the earth's rotation. We are going to see about the earth's rotation. Here is also an activity. You have to try this. Take a globe like the one in the picture and spin it. You can see the globe in the picture. You just have to spin the globe. Now note the line around it, around which it rotates. Now take a plumb line and hold it close to the globe as shown in the picture. Do you know the plumb line? So plumb line is means it is a kind of string, and downwards something heavy is tied so that the string is remaining straight. Now if you cannot get a plumb line, tie a long thread to an eraser and make one. Eraser will be straight downside and the line will be totally straight. Now see, what if you can see here? You will see that the plumb line and the earth's axis are at the angle to each other. You can see in the picture. Now that is the earth's axis is inclined. By this we can know that plumb line is straight but the axis is inclined. Inclined means not straight, not totally straight. Now the line NS in the picture shows the earth's axis. It passes through the center of the earth. NS in the picture show the earth's axis. The point N and S are called as poles of earth. N points means North Pole and S point is South Pole. You can see in the picture the plumb line is straight and the axis of earth is inclined. N and S point you can see clearly here. N and S. N point is North Pole and S point is South Pole. They are poles of our earth. Now one line which is between these points is called as axis. Now we are going to study about equator. If a circle were drawn around the surface of the earth exactly in between the north and south poles, it would divide the circle. It would divide the earth into two equal parts. If a circle is drawn from the middle points of the N and S pole, means we know that N and S pole, when we are joining the N pole and S pole, we get a line which is our earth's axis. Now you just draw a circle from between the earth's axis. This is called as equator. Now it divides our earth into two equal parts. It makes two equal parts of the earth. They are called as northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. You can see the line equator. Now try this. Stand a candle in the middle of a large table. Draw a big circle around the candle as shown in the diagram. Place a globe at any point on this circle. Now light the candle. See that is the room is dark. And suppose that the candle is our sun. You can see, suppose the candle is our sun. Observe which part of the globe gets lights. Now, looking at the globe from the direction of North Pole, turn it anti-clockwise. What is meant by anti-clockwise? You know, clockwise means according to the clock. Anti-clockwise means opposite to that direction. Now, looking at the globe from the direction of North Pole, turn it anti-clockwise. This is how the earth rotates. Now means the earth is rotating anti-clockwise. As the earth rotates, its different parts come into the light of sun one after other and turn away from it also in the same order. This is how the earth is rotating, and this is how the different parts of the earth comes in the part of light, and they comes one after another and turn away from it in the same order. So this was our practical to understand sunset and sunrise. Well lit part of the globe shows the day. The well lit part of the globe shows the day. Stick a red bindi on globe. Now turn the globe anti-clockwise. Note when it is sunrise, noon and sunset at the location of bindi. After one sunrise, note when the next one occurs at the bindi. You will see that this happens when the earth completes one rotation. That is, when it makes one complete turn around itself. This was the concept of sunset and sunrise. After performing this activity and understanding this, I think you get what is meant by sunset and sunrise. Now, after just the perfectly lit part is known as sunset. Now, the period of time that the earth takes to complete one rotation is called a day. The period of time that the earth takes to complete one rotation is called a day. And generally the day has two parts. Generally our day has two parts, that is daytime and nighttime. Daytime and nighttime. For the purpose of measuring the time, we divide the whole day into 24 parts. And each of the part is an hour. You know that. What is today's day? Today is Wednesday. A Wednesday has two parts. That is daytime and nighttime. Now see the concept of year. Now move the globe along the circle on a table. Now you have to move the globe. Okay. Now as you do this, keep rotating the globe and ensure that the axis does not change its orientation. You just have to look that axis is stable. And just move the globe along the circle, and similarly you have to rotate the globe also. Eventually the globe will come back to its original place on the circle. This is how the earth revolves around the sun even as it rotates around itself. Means when you are moving the globe, you will just go on through the circle and come to that point where you have started. So this is the one revolution completed by the earth. You know the difference between rotation and revolution, because in the previous chapter I have explained that rotation means earth rotates around itself and revolution means earth is revolving around the sun. Now this full circle, when the earth is completing the whole circle, then this is called that the one round, means the period of time the earth takes to complete one revolution around the sun. What I'm saying revolution around the sun is called as a year. This time is called as 1 year. Now there are about 365 days and 6 hours in a year. What I'm saying, just look at carefully. 365 days we have and 6 hours we have in a year. Now we are going to see what is the concept of a leap year. In the Gregorian calendar, the year is taken to have 365 days. What is meant by Gregorian calendar? Gregorian calendar means the calendar which we are using day to day in our day to day life, which is used all over the world. Now it seems that it counts 6 hours less every year. Calendar is just telling us, means the information about day. It's not mentioning the hours, na. We know that 24 hours are there in a day. So that to make up the 24 hours or one day in every 4 year, the concept of leap year is started. Do you understand me? 1 year means 365 days plus 6 hours. And every year we are leaving that 6 hours. Every year we are not mentioning that 6 years in our calendar. So now for makeuping for that, for just uh, what we can say, for just the better calculation and the perfect calculation, we uh, we just have added up the one day. So to make up for this lost one day, the month of February in the Gregorian calendar has an extra day every fourth year, that is called as leap year. And it has 366 instead of 365 days, and February has 29 instead of 28 days. Now every 4 years there is one day extra in the month of February. Now in the month of February, this one day is extra because we are leaving that 6 hours every day. We are not counting that 6 hours every year. So 365 plus 6 hours is 1 year. Then we are counting only 365 days. So for makeuping this, we have started the concept of leap year. Now we'll see what is meant by daytime and nighttime. Now because of Earth's rotation, we have the day and night concept. But the length of day and night is not always equal. The length of day and night is not always equal. This is the important part. Because Earth's axis is inclined. It happens because of the Earth's inclined axis and its revolution around the Sun. Are you getting me? Because of the Earth's inclined axis and its revolution around the Sun.